Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Yo, what's good YouTube? Jaden here, dating coach. And in this video today, we're gonna learn from somebody else's life. We're gonna talk about Akaash, famous comedian. Now, some people like his comedy, some people don't like his comedy. I'm not gonna comment, right? You make your own opinion, right? We're not here to bash anybody. And I just got out of the shower, right? And I've seen a lot of news about his wife. And this is what we're gonna talk about in particular, right? We're gonna talk about his wife, her behaviors, what you can learn about it, and what you can learn from me, a dating coach who really understands this dynamic. I've been going out, I've been meeting women for 10 years in bars, street parties, beaches, cafes, festivals, nightclubs. I've met girls 8 in the morning, 5 p.m., 3 p.m., 9 p.m. in the evening, 4 a.m., all over, right? I've dated a lot of beautiful girls. I've been on a lot of dates. I've had short-term relationships. I had long-term relationships. And I want to talk about the biggest misconception that a lot of guys have when it comes to women. And because you have this misconception, you end up in a situation like Akaash, right? And so let's look into this. Let me show you a couple clips here. And first of all, when you're watching the clips, look at what you like. What's your opinion, right? First, let's look at the clips and let's see your opinion, right? Here we go.
Those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Jasleen. I'm a stay-at-home wife, but I don't cook or clean because I don't feel like it. And my husband is a full-time stand-up comedian, and he buys me lots of nice things.
Sometimes I get so painfully nostalgic for college. So for context, I went to college from 2011 to 2016. I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses. And I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through. So it's like,
One time I met this guy on Tinder. This was before Bumble or Hinge. Like this was like in the OG days of the app. And this guy, he was like some how do you say, half Asian, like baddie. Wasian. That's the word. Yeah, Wasian. Actually in the Bay. That's when I was living in the Bay Area. And I made the dumb mistake of letting him sleep over, like not really wanting to f***ing hook up. And I like woke up in the morning and like my asshole was a little sore.
Oh my God.
All right, so we're back now, right? First thing that stood out to me was when his wife was talking about popping her pussy back in the old days and her reminiscing about that and feeling like, you know when I used to pop my pussy? And the first thing that stood out to me was like, man, this girl really be like going back in her mind and really thinking about like how she used to be like having a roster of men popping her pussy. There's that one clip as well where she invited some random dude over to her apartment from a Tinder date. And she, her asshole was a little bit sore. Her butthole was a little bit sore the next day. Now, here's something that I'm going to say that's very, very key and very, very important. We're not here to bash anybody. We're not here to bring anybody down. We're not here to fuck up somebody's life. We're here for understanding. And here's where the dating perspective comes in that I want to talk about here. So here's the thing. If you go out on a first date, or if you bring a girl home from a nightclub or whatever, right? And if she's in popping her pussy mode, if she's in having fun, I think that's great, right? It's fun for you because you get laid. Like, think about it, you know? You meet a girl on a first date, you have a few drinks, she has a few drinks, you're flirting, she's biting her lips, she's touching you, she's like, where do you live? Or at least, maybe she might not say, where do you live, right? In a realistic scenario, but she might be like very, very, very open to something happening in the moment. And you bring her back home, and then she's laying on your chest. You're both exhaling from the effort, right? Inhaling, exhaling, and you're just relaxed and she's relaxed. I think that's cool. That's cool. Like, if you're a guy who brings home chicks and you bang, it's not a big deal. Here, is the problem. Here lies the problem, right? The problem is really this. You don't wife up a chick like that, okay? And you don't make a chick like that your girlfriend. That's it. That's it. That's it. Those chicks are meant for casual, fun dating because that's their mindset of how they present themselves and how they are as persons, how they move, how they behave. I personally find those chicks exciting, right? But exciting doesn't mean the same thing as somebody being useful to you in a relationship. Let me expand on that, because here's the thing that simps or guys who want to wait until marriage or guys who are like, not that experienced with women and believing in the fairy tale of, hey, you're just going to go meet a girl that has a low body count, you have a low body count, and you guys sail off into the sunset in our modern world. Most of the time, it doesn't happen like that because women lie. Women are very good at presenting themselves as something they're not, like pure, innocent, low body count. They present themselves like a chill girl that doesn't do much. This is something that almost all women are very, 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 very good at, okay? They're very good at fooling men. And this is what happened to our boy Akaash. Because our boy Akaash, he was on a podcast saying that she had a low, like he was her first and she was his first. You know what I mean? And she made it because I believe he meant that because she made him believe that. You see what I'm saying?
He's 34. How old are you?
25.
Okay. So like you meet him.
Yeah.
He's never had sex and he's older than you. Were you like, ew?
I was at the point where I was ready because I don't know if you told her because I was.
Oh no, I didn't know you were a virgin too.
So I was a virgin too when I met him.
I have no idea.
You gotta get him ignorant, you know what I mean?
No, so I felt like I was like at a place where I was ready, and then I found out he was a virgin, and then I was like, great. Like, do I have to wait again? But I think like we just connected very well that it went without saying that we wanted to.
How did you guys meet?
Show. She had a
The
fat ass and I chased her down.
Wait, you met at one of his shows?
We're at the Hoboken Comedy Festival.
I was popping my pussy and living my best life in these white boy frat houses, and I had a roster of guys that I would rotate through.
Take that drinky thing off. Drinky ding.
Did you guys know this? Yes. Oh my god. How big is this?
Big enough for you to shut up every time I tell you.
Thank you so much.
Because Akaash doesn't have experience. Now, let's talk about the experience thing. Very, very key, very, very important. So here's the thing. Let's go back to my own life. Let's wind the clock. So I'm 33 years old. The key point here that I want to say is you have to mature into understanding women. You can't cheat it, and I'm going to explain it to you now. When I was younger, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, okay, 26, 27, I was approaching girls on the street, bar, nightclub, meeting girls through friends, going to house parties, Halloween parties, Christmas parties, New Year's. I was going to cafes. If I saw a cute girl, I would strike up a conversation, ask her to come have a drink with me, like a coffee, or meet me tonight or tomorrow. I was on apps, everything, my G. You see what I'm saying? So I was going on a lot of dates. Now, the first thing that I realized while doing that was I really liked women, naturally, who were spontaneous, fun, flirty, adventurous, down to make out, down to have sex, down to come back to my crib quickly. Why? Because it's pleasant. I was hanging around a woman. She was showing me a lot of interest in the moment. And I was showing her a lot of interest in the moment. And then we just bang. Simple, cool, effortless. And a lot of those women were hot, beautiful, nice breasts, big asses, like really nice looking women. And if you look at a lot of these, for example, OnlyFans women, like that type of archetype, a lot of them, they got bodies, they look nice, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys want to be like, oh, but they're not that hot. Come on, bro, they looking good, you know? So I used to go out with a lot of those girls before OnlyFans was a thing, right? Because I'm 33 years old now. How long has OnlyFans been a thing? 3-4 years? When I was 19, I was going out with girls like that. 20, 21, you know, OnlyFans type, but there was no OnlyFans. There was just porn back then, you know? And most girls don't want to get into porn, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, long story short, here's what I realized. Super fun to be around them, right? Because they're sociable, they're friendly, they're cool, they got lots of things to say, right? But when I started dating them and getting into relationships and spending time with them, it was very problematic. A lot of problems. They wouldn't know. Okay, here's some of the things that I realized from experience. And this is what I'm saying. You can't cheat it. You need to experience it. From experience, what I learned with a lot of those women were they didn't know basic respect. Right? They didn't know like how to, for example, if you went to a house party or a function or a convention or hanging out with them, maybe they get too drunk and embarrass you into public. I had that. I experienced that in public. Or maybe they would like talk to other dudes and they'd be like, oh, but I'm just being friendly. I'm like, but you're making me look bad. You know what I'm saying? So we'd be out on some social event and they just walk around, talk to a bunch of dudes. When I was 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and they would not have an understanding of like how they make their man look. That was a big thing. Second big thing, they didn't have skills. They weren't like I was better in cooking than them. They didn't know how to cook. A lot of them had long nails, beautiful nails, tight dresses, looking fresh, you know. But they didn't know how to cook. Especially if you have long nails like this, you can't fucking do nothing. They didn't know how to cook. They didn't know how to clean. And they weren't feminine and sweet and caring. Right? They were just good at talking, which I like. You know, you could have banter, it's called in English. You could have banter with them. They had social goals like friends and going out. And so boyfriend was more like a comfort thing. So from experience, I learned, hey, wait a minute. Fucking these women, hanging out with these women, spending time with these women is amazing. It's fun. Sex is good. You get a nice girl, like hot, looking, fresh, smelling good, you know. I don't think his girl, for example, Akaash girl is ugly, you know. Would be nice, you know, to hook up and have fun. You know what I'm saying? But relationship, girlfriend, marriage, that's a big jump, my G. You know what I'm saying? But you can't cheat the system. You have to experience it because you have to mature into it, okay? Now, on the other side, I met a lot of girls in my life that were sweet. They didn't caring. They had skills. They knew how to take care of a man, even if they were 22 years old. You know what I mean? Because it's not like an age thing. It's like they just know how to be a woman, right? They're feminine, sweet, sensitive, caring, sweethearts. They look at you and go, they want to feed you. They want to nurture you. If you get sick, they bring you food. They're always asking if you're hungry. They want to make sure you eat, you know. They like to maybe stay at home. They like to chill. They like to do things with their man. They're invested in relationships. Their fun is doing something with their boyfriend or man, you know. Versus a fun girl, who's conventionally fun in our society, her fun is doing things with other people, going to parties, whatever, you know what I'm saying, right? Because it's more of a little bit more of a masculine energy, right? You see what I'm saying? Going out, putting yourself out there, direction. It's a little bit more of a masculine energy. Feminine energy is a little bit careful, a little bit introvert, a little bit, oh, I just want to do this one thing with this one person I trust sort of vibe, right? So I used to date a lot of girls who were from Russia, Ukraine, Philippines, a lot of different countries, right? Where women were feminine, sensitive, sweet, caring, caretaking. Even my current girlfriend, she's from Peru. Man, I haven't done my laundry in 2 years. I don't do laundry. Like I didn't wash this shirt, bro. You know what I'm saying? I don't cook. She cooks for me. Every time she's over, she cooks for me. And also she leaves food in Tupperwares and shit like that so I can eat when she's not around. So I don't even cook, bro. And the rest of the time I eat outside. You know what I'm saying? And the girlfriend before that, and the girlfriend before that, like, bro, I haven't been cooking in years, man. I don't cook. You know, even when I'm sick, I don't take care of myself. My girl takes care of me. And before that, my other girl took care of me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like that. You know what I'm saying? And so this is something that you mature into, right? This is not something that you decide, you know? Oh, hey, you know, these are the fun girls and these are the serious girls. And because you're not going to be able to separate. Just like I was not able to separate in the beginning, because I used to get very infatuated with these like fun type of women, and I had to learn through actually experiencing and dating them. And so what I'm saying is, coming full circle, now in my mature stage at the age of 33, experienced, I can't be tricked. And this is what's happened to Akaash. This is what happened to a lot of simps and a lot of guys, because they, you know, they grew up on Hollywood and movies, and they listen to some feminist and what she thinks about relationships and this and that. Bro, and then like you come to real life and you just end up marrying some hoe. You know what I'm saying? This is the result. You know what I'm saying? And then your wife goes on the fucking podcast saying that she's popping her pussy. You know what I mean? Dreaming about like getting smashed by other dudes and waking up with some asshole that's sore. You know what I'm saying? So you can't cheat the system. You need to be experienced. When you are experienced, you can instantly tell. When I go out, if I meet a girl, I can instantly tell what type of shit she's on. I can't be tricked. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm experienced. You can't cheat experience. You know what I'm saying? And so when I meet a girl that's fun, outgoing, whatever, OnlyFans type girl, whatever, hot, cool, interesting, good, funny to talk to, whatever, right? I don't get infatuated. My body doesn't trigger that because of experience, right? And this is what's happening inside of the Sims. They get, ooh, I want to marry this one. I want to get, like monkey, you know, girl, woman, girlfriend, let's go, be mine. Don't develop feelings for girls like that, but I enjoy them. You see what I'm saying? And the girls that you will, with maturity, develop feelings for are the other girls who are more, you know, a little bit more calmer, quieter, thinks about, you know, you, her man, wants to hang out with you, wants to spend time with you, wants to see you fed, wants to make you good. I can't fall for a girl that isn't trying to uplift me, right? And a lot of these girls that you will see that are the fun type, that are, you know, maybe more like Akaash's wife, she's doing nothing but uplifting the guy. You know, she's just bringing him down. And so he's in a very problematic situation. And I don't think there's any way out of it other than divorce. And she will take half his shit. And so this is the system that you will be trapped in if you do marriage. And if you do marriage with the wrong type of chick. Now, that's all I had to say in this video today. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Now, if you're somebody who's been struggling with your dating life, you're dating the wrong women, you don't know what's going on, you don't know how you ended up in that situation, then hit me up on Instagram, DM me the word mentoring. I teach you how to cold approach women, how to get women on dates, how to take women back home, how to get into relationships with the right type of women, and how to have fun with the wrong type of women. You know what I'm saying? You heard? So that's all I had to say in this video today. If you like this video, like the goddamn video. Hit that like button. Comment down below, subscribe, and I see y'all, my brothers, in the next one. Peace.